Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my new F1 mini-series. We've got 3 seasons to take the backmarkers of Sauber to the World Championship. I'll be starting on Master difficulty for Season 1, moving on to Legend in Season 2, and then Ultimate for Season 3. Here we go then, first race of the year, the Australian Grand Prix. Skipping through to P2 now, and the tyre management phase. I'm running quite a low wing setup at the moment, and that's causing the car to be quite slow through the corners. Rolling into this last corner, trying to get a good exit. Bit of power. And then the wall. So not the best of starts really. The setup needs some attention, and we're generally slow through the corners, and tyre wear is quite high.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top 3. Vettel, Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds.
Our best lap so far is a 1:31.9.
Moving into P3 now, and this is the setup I've been using. It's fair to say that the experimentation up to this point hasn't worked, so I'll be making a few tweaks before qualifying. Bringing in some more stability to the rear of the car has to be a top priority, and cutting down on tyre wear would be a massive advantage going into the race. Plenty of work still to do then, but thankfully I've begun to identify where Sauber's weaknesses are, and this should serve us pretty well moving forward.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top 3 again are Hamilton, Rosberg and Daniel Ricciardo. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula 1 action very shortly. Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly.
First qualifying session of the season, and it's in intermediate conditions. It's a bit of a journey into the unknown really at this point, but the car does feel a little bit more stable. Getting to Q2 would be a massive achievement, but I doubt we will. The setup isn't optimal at all. But we've solved a few issues, which is positive. This is the final qualifying lap, and we're up by about half a second at this point. It's been quite tidy, and I'm being pretty cautious on the power so I don't bin it into the wall. No traction is quite a challenge, especially in the wet. So 4 corners to go, and I think we'll improve here. Tight line through the corner. I'm completely missing the apex there, but we're just about holding it together. Ultimate corner, decent tight line. And coming through the final corner, being very, very gentle on the throttle. And we improve as we cross the line, and I don't think that was a bad effort. So here are the results at the end of Q1, and yeah, 21st. At least I'm not last. That's all I can say really, that's the only positive thing I can draw from that. But hopefully we'll have a better race. With rain forecast towards the end of the race, I've decided on going for 2 soft tyre stints. Hopefully miss the medium tyre out altogether and just go straight onto the intermediates.
1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's go!
Here we are then guys, first Grand Prix of the season. What can we do here? Can we get a point? I'm choosing to be optimistic. Coming into this first corner now, I'm just hanging back, seeing what carnage unfolds. Trying to get a position up the outside here, but just get squeezed out a little bit. See if we can steal a position coming into this corner. We come very close to losing our front wing there. Very keen not to lose my front wing on the first lap, as it will absolutely ruin the race. Also, tyre wear is going to be a massive issue in this, seeing as I'm only doing 2 soft stints, so I'm going to hang back a bit and just see how the race unfolds over the first couple of laps. Most of the cars ahead seem to be on super soft tyres. I'm going to be at a disadvantage there, so I'm not going to push too hard. See if we can make these tyres last. Moving into lap 3 now, and I'm coming onto the back of Wehrlein, who's being held up by Perez, who's on the soft tyre. Hopefully I can use the DRS on the back straight and get the move done into the first corner. Pulling out of the slipstream, late on the brakes as we come into turn 1 and smash him in the side pod. Luckily neither of us took any damage from that, which was good. And I'm still close enough that I might be able to have a go into turn 2. And stick it up the inside. And he gives me room this time and I get the job done. Skipping ahead to lap 7 now, and we've just entered the pit stop phase for the super soft runners. As you can see, Kimi's having a bit of a mare. Nice move around the outside to take P19. Tyre wear's quite high at this point, 41% on the left front. I don't think I'll be able to hold Kimi up for very long.
Alright then, some information on Massa. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Kimi gets a much better exit out of the previous corner than I do. And pulls himself alongside. Bit cheeky there, didn't give him much space. But he is still right behind me. Coming down into the braking zone, I go defensive. And he can just go much later on the brakes and goes through.
Super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car behind. Okay, some information on Magnussen. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
Safety cars deployed and now it's decision time. My tyres aren't in great shape, but they could probably last for a few more laps. I still want to avoid the medium tyre like the plague. I know that I have to stop for intermediates later on, so it makes no sense. I'll just be a lot slower. So the choice is, do I come in early and get the soft tyres on, or do I try and stick it out for a few more laps? Coming through to the end of lap 9 now, still under safety car, and I believe we can make it work. Taking it very, very easy as we come into the pits to avoid the penalty. Brand new set of boots on. Nice, decent stop. Seems like a few of the cars around me have had the same idea.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
It does put us last, but we'll be under safety car for a few laps, so we will be able to catch up. End of lap 12 coming up now, and the safety car's coming in this lap. Just getting ready for the restart. And Kvyat on the super softs ahead of me just blasts away. I have no answer to the pace of the Toro Rosso on super softs. If I'm to make this strategy work, I have to be really careful with this set of tyres and not chase too hard. Coming to the end of lap 18 now, and my tyres are dying. 50% on the front left. Really struggles around this circuit. Hulkenberg is right behind me. Pulls out the slipstream and gets the move done really easy. I just cannot fight back. I've still got to stretch these tyres for a few laps yet. Looks like the rain's on the way though. Hopefully we'll be able to change onto the intermediates in the next couple of laps. Lap 23 now, and the rain is finally here. Greasy tracks making it very difficult to control the car on worn tyres. I need to get into the pits and get them changed. Coming down into the braking zone now, and I'm messing about with the pit stop strategy. Completely overcook it. Get a penalty and throw it into the wall for good measure. Just to put the icing on the cake, Marcus Ericsson's got ahead of us. which means that he's going to get the first pit stop.
Marcus is pitting now. Marcus is in the pits.
Five laps left now in the Australian Grand Prix, and it's safe to say that our race is done. Double stacking at the pit stops cost us a chunk of time, and there's absolutely no way I can catch the pack now. Having said that though, there are positives we can take from the race. We were running in 11th at one point for a little while, and it is an uncompetitive car, so we did okay. I needed the rain to arrive a couple of laps earlier for sure, and unfortunately the tyre gamble didn't quite pay off. But I had to do something aggressive as I say, the car was very uncompetitive.
Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
Out comes the safety car then, but it's too little too late. 3 corners left now, and my final objective is to bring the car home in one piece. It's not really been the debut I'd hoped for, however, I'm confident that the car and my standard of driving will have improved by the end of this season. Bit of a power slide coming out the last corner. And we cross the line in P19.
Good job, you did really well. Super driving.
That wraps things up for the video. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe, and I hope you'll be with us again for episode 2 in Bahrain. Cheers.